Hi friends, and welcome back to StarsTree. I'm Sarit. Today I want to talk with you about a limiting belief that used to shape my unbalanced perspective on life. It was actually very subconscious, and I realized I was carrying it with me in the back of my mind only about a year or so after my recovery from work addiction. It took me some time to really break down this belief into all its components. I used to subconsciously think there is an imaginary spectrum from suffering to joy, and somehow they depend on each other. That spectrum can expand. If we suffer more, there is, as a result, potential to experience more joy or more extensive joy in the future. This spectrum worked like this. If you struggle more, you will have more good in the future. And by good, I don't mean only money and prestige. I also mean fun and joy. It also has the opposite effect. If you experience a lot of joy, it has the potential to expand the extremes of struggle as well. So, in situations in my life in which I was very happy, I had this concern that something would break, that it won't last. This subconscious perspective didn't guide each and every action of mine, but it impacted my overall approach. What do you think? I am sure I wasn't alone to subconsciously live this way. Let me know in the comment section below if you can relate. What could lead us to view life this way? Obviously, it depends on the individual. But what else? The media usually portrays a happy ever after end as a result of struggle, because a journey from one extreme to another tends to be a much more interesting story. Dramatic changes, say from struggling to happiness, are more memorable. They stick in our mind. And so we think this is how the world works. We tend to remember better the sharp shifts from suffering to happiness and the other way around, and this creates an illusion that one leads to the other. Highs and lows are often naturally experienced relative to each other, but they are not necessarily a result of one another. The conclusion that general struggle leads to general joy and that there could be a problem with too much joy is unrealistic and unbalanced. The contrast between pain and relief from pain can be exhilarating. The mere shift from suffering to no suffering can feel good to us, but wouldn't you rather simply feel good and actually feel real joy instead of just feel the removal of suffering? Contrast is a helpful teacher, but after a point it becomes a vicious taskmaster. The sticks and carrots incentives method. We learn that fines or other punishment free us from our wrongdoings. We know or hope that hard work will be rewarded with a promotion or salary increase. But what if we implement it as if it were a natural rule of life, like the one that says that the sun rises in the east? As A Course in Miracles Made Easy explains, as children we are taught that pain buys us freedom, and this could lead to some adults among us aspiring for freedom and joy through struggle and suffering. This is not a discussion on whether the sticks and carrots method is effective or right. The point I'm making is that on an individual level, we might take it too far. As we previously discussed, when we examine our beliefs or perspectives, it is much more effective to ask whether they serve us, rather than whether they are true. Seeing life through this type of a spectrum encourages delaying joy and preferring suffering. What could be more life-debilitating than that? Seeing life this way can contribute to a work addiction tendency, as we are motivated to work harder and postpone gratification. That's it for this one. Please like and subscribe, and come visit me over at StarsTree.com. I'd be so happy to see you there.